What is going down, my sourdough squad? How are we doing today on this beautiful Friday? What's the vibe? How are we feeling out here today? Is there any news going on? Of course there's news. It's the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah, we know what's going on. We have daily streams every single day because there's always something going on with the San Francisco 49ers. We have multiple things to discuss today. There are plenty of things on the docket, but first of all, you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna shout out the Sourdough Squad. Drop an SDS in the chat if you're vibing with me on this beautiful Friday, because my goodness, rumor season is about to start, and I love it. I love it. The combine is around the corner. This is where league executives and things like that really start to change the tide a little bit. And everyone's about to go to the combine in Indianapolis. We're probably going to get trades coming up here pretty soon. We're probably going to get more player movement. We're probably going to get more rumors. We're going to get all kinds of stuff. So it's just getting started. But look at the Sourdough Squad alive and well in the chat. Beautiful. You love to see it. Best squad in the entire land, and you can't convince me otherwise. But let's get into some of the news, all right? Let's get into some of the news. We got a lot of stuff to cover. We're going to talk a lot specifically today about Stephon Gilmore. We're going to talk does it have legs? Do we think it has legs? Is it a fit? Does Richard Sherman's comments hold any water? Of course they do. It's Richard Sherman. He's tapped in. He's locked in. We know how it works out. So that's what it seems like. But let's get some stuff up here. Let's take a look at some of the audio quickly. We'll hop right into it about Stephon Gilmore. Why not? Why would we waste any time today? Let's hop into it. Let's listen to Richard Sherman's comments, and then we'll react to it. And we'll see if we think it's viable, if we think it's smoke, potentially leverage. We'll see what it's all about. But let's get this thing going here in 1 second. And we'll get the screen up. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday. Ready for the weekend. Combine next week. Oh, it's turning up soon. It is turning up soon. But let's see what we got.
Market is going to be interesting because how people see Gilmore. Gilly has been fantastic over his entire career, and I look forward to seeing what market he ends up with. I expect him to go West Coast and either Seattle or San Francisco to scoop him up.
Oh, let's watch this. Why not?
By George Kittle on Stephon Gilmore. Put it on tape, baby. Great ball.
Put it on tape, baby.
Then he throws high, intercepted. That's one good by Devin McCourty. McCourty back on the 49er 40.
Should the 49ers pursue cornerback Stephon Gilmore? Drop a comment in the chat if you think the 49ers should actively go after all-pro veteran cornerback Stephon Gilmore. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about what Richard had to say? Now, Richard, like we talked about, he's very plugged in. He knows what's going on. He talks to these guys. He talks to people behind the scenes, of course. And what Richard is telling us is that he fully expects Stephon Gilmore to head out west. And he mentioned two teams specifically, the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Well, I can probably get a lot of us when we say we don't want Stephon Gilmore to come to the NFC West and not be playing for the 49ers. If it's almost one of those situations like if he's going to come to the NFC West, well, then we might as well bring him to the 49ers because we don't want to play him 2 times a year. And we know how the NFC West is. It's really competitive, and it's always going to be tough matchups in the division. So we clearly don't want him to end up in Seattle. So at that point, well, shoot, if he's gonna go to Seattle, we might as well just throw the bag at him or something. Get him over here to the 49ers. But that is going to be one of the situations we've heard Kyle Shanahan talk about that before. Kyle Shanahan talked about it with the Julio Jones situation. When Julio Jones was available for trade, one of the things that was being discussed was, at least from Kyle Shanahan's perspective, the fact that the Rams were involved. He was like, man, I almost have to get Julio just to ensure that he doesn't go to the Rams. And those were the kinds of conversations that he was having. So is that going to be a particular thought process that maybe he continues to have if Stephon Gilmore is someone that he would really like to have? Who knows? But let's see what the chat has to say. Does the chat want to see Stephon Gilmore on the San Francisco 49ers? So far, Raymond says yes. Jamil says hell yes. Jay Snape says yes. But Stovey says the problem is Niners don't make splash free agent moves and DB moves at that. Mr. International says 1 year deal. He'd rock with Stephon Gilmore. Jason says if that money is right, then yes. And that's going to be a part of the equation because, as we know, Stephon Gilmore is one of the, if not the best cornerback in the NFL. He's definitely being slated as the best cornerback free agent that is available. So he will demand a lot of money, most likely. So that is going to be one of the things that we consider. Thankfully, I don't run the cap for Parag, so that's great. We'll leave that up to Parag to deal with, but we've seen him work his magic time and time before. So maybe it occurs. Maybe it occurs. Justin sums it up perfectly. Should the 49ers get Stephon Gilmore? Yes, they should. Will they, though? I don't think so. And you might be right. It's going to definitely be something that we have to watch. Kevin says, let's explore all options, but wouldn't be mad if he's on the team come August. I don't think anyone would be mad. I don't think anyone would be too mad at that. Stovey says, got to trade Jimmy first. I agree. Ron on Facebook says, we need better than better cornerback play. So yes. Chase is bringing a valid point. Isn't he getting up there in age? He is. He's about 31 and a half. So he's on the other side of 30. And we've seen, cornerbacks drop off, whether it's Darrelle Revis, our own Richard Sherman. We've seen these guys fall off before. So it is something to keep in mind. And that's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at the cost. We're going to look at we got our first pass. James says no on Gilmore. I like it, though. I like it. Going against the grain. So Jerry says, yes, it's a great fit. What's good, Jamal? I hope you are having a fantastic day yourself, my boy. Let's see what else we got. James is saying he wants to see the 49ers go with young cornerbacks, and I think that also has some validity to it. Jason says, I think Stephon Gilmore has a great rap sheet and could lock down those matchups. Johnson and Ambry might struggle with. So this is a good point. Stephon Gilmore, it has the most cachet as being the older veteran, but probably J.C. Jackson will be the most coveted of the group. So yeah, I agree. And there's plenty of things to look at. Doesn't make sense. Again, there is a valid cost conversation that will be had because if we look at kind of the way at least PFF is projecting his contract. PFF is projecting him to get a 2-year, $28 million contract. That would break down to $14 million year per average, with about $20 million guaranteed. So even getting Stephon Gilmore, let's say on a 2-year deal, again, because you don't want to go 3-4 years with a 31-year-old cornerback, you kind of want to take it maybe what it's shown as a 2-year deal. Maybe it's a one-on-one, kind of similar to, I think, the way the 49ers did Alex Mack deal. It shows as 2, but it kind of is like a 1 year with the option, whether player option or team option. So you can make it look like it's worth more, but you can maneuver the cap in certain ways. So maybe it's a 1-2 year option deal. Who knows? But again, the asking price, at least projected from PFF, again, is $28 million over 2 years. So it's still a chunk of change. It's still a good amount. And as you can see here from PFF, that's what they're believing his cost will be in free agency. And again, they have him as the second ranked cornerback under JC Jackson. JC Jackson is going to be the top tier cornerback in this class, just based on age, the scheme, and the system that he's coming from. A lot of people are going to want JC Jackson. So he is probably going to be too much for the 49ers. But that does leave Stephon Gilmore available for a potential time spent with the 49ers. And I think if the 49ers, and we think about it, at least with what we have right now, if the 49ers are going into the next season with Stephon Gilmore, Ambry Thomas, Emmanuel Mosley as your top 3 cornerbacks, I would feel extremely confident about that. I don't know about you guys, but I would. Now, again, this is a much larger conversation that is going to deal with economics. It's going to deal with cost analysis. It's going to deal with other moving parts. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to have to get traded. There's going to be some other things that need to happen, restructures on the back end with other players. I think Niner Nation did a really good job of breaking down what a potential restructure would look like if Jimmy Ward restructured and or got an extension, and what Eric Armstead restructure would look like. So you can shift the money around, which I would imagine is going to be coming, but still got to move Jimmy Garoppolo and do those types of things. And then does that mean Stephon Gilmore? Do the 49ers want Stephon Gilmore? Another thing to look at when we hear this kind of free agent talk and stuff like that is leverage. Big part of this is leverage. And again, we understand Stephon Gilmore, he's buds, he's good friends, with Richard Sherman. So, and Richard Sherman has a platform to be able to get this stuff out and create headlines. And now, guess what? Look at us. We're talking about it. So, that being said, there is a world that exists where Richard Sherman could absolutely be, help stirring the pot. Again, if Stephon Gilmore wants to play for the 49ers and or Seahawks, he theoretically could only want to play for one of them, but understands the leverage game and I'm sure the 49ers wouldn't want to see Stephon Gilmore go to Seattle. So maybe that gets him a little bit more money in the long run. Maybe there's a bidding war that's generated from this. So who knows? Who knows? But the question will be, are the 49ers interested? Because that's what it feels like. This feels like this is coming from Stephon Gilmore's camp. Feels like it's coming from where he wants to play. Does that necessarily mean the 49ers want Stephon Gilmore? Do they see a plan for Stephon Gilmore? Do they have the money for Stephon Gilmore? So there's a lot that goes into it, but I think we're heading in the right direction. But it's also very, very important to remember, if you've been a fan of the 49ers since at least 2017, the 49ers have literally been linked to everyone. And I really do believe part of that is because what we just kind of talked about. You can bid. The 49ers typically have the money to spend, so they're linked to a lot of free agents, a lot of targets. They're always in the conversation, it feels like, of being a potential target. um ooh hold on one sec. Hold on one second. What do we got here? All right, so this just came on Twitter from Jennifer Lee Chan. Raheem Mostert's agent shared that the 49ers have been in touch about re-signing the veteran running back who is scheduled to become an unrestricted free agent. Well, that's nice. I like that. I guess being in touch is a good thing. It's really, I'm reading the report. There's really nothing other than literally that. But okay. I like Raheem. So if the 49ers have an opportunity to bring Raheem Mostert back and you can pair Raheem Mostert and Elijah Mitchell together for at least one more season, I like that. I like that quite a bit. Uh, I like that a lot. Um, all right, hold on. Squirrel. Squirrel. Okay, so that apparently is what's going on with Raheem Mostert. If you could get Raheem Mostert back on a cost-effective deal, would you like that? Maybe a 1 year, 2 million, $2.5 million deal, incentive base. I think. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, saying that out loud. 1 year, $2 million for Raheem Mostert sounds like disrespect. Saying it out loud sounds like disrespect. So maybe that's base, 1 year, $2 million base. But incentivizers to build it up to maybe like a $5 million deal, like again, based on snap percentage, based on hitting certain yardage. If he gets certain accolades, he can eventually build up more equity from the console and built-in incentivizers, because I think that, we are going to look at it again from the GM perspective. GMs are going to talk about your age, they're going to talk about your injuries, they're going to talk about how much you really got left in the tank, and those types of things, and that's how they're going to approach these situations. Um, but he's such a good leader, man. He's such a good leader. Um, what was Heem's contract this past season? That's a good question. I might have to look that up. Bear with me while I multitask here. I'm trying to get that Jennifer Lee Chan post out. But while I'm multitasking, let me see. Drop it in the chat. Let's poll the chat. It's poll the chat time. First, before we poll the chat, like up that video, smash that like button, show the SDS boys some love, get this thing juiced up, but drop it in the chat. If the 49ers were to sign Raheem Mostert back with a incentive-based deal, would you like to see that occur? Would you like to see that occur? Again, we understand the reality of the situation. Raheem Mostert probably isn't going to get paid a lot, with the coming off the knee injury and things like that. But we know what he can be and what he can offer. And so far, we got yes, hell yeah, yes, yes, 2 mil base, yes. Cannon says if we pay him $500K, sure, that's not enough. That is not enough. We got some contract stuff coming in. Shout out to chat. Raheem Mostert signed a 3-year, $8.7 million contract with the San Francisco 49ers, including $1 million signing bonus. $3 million guaranteed and an average annual salary of 2.9. Yes, and the 2.9 was, I think, something that he was looking to get essentially guaranteed, at least from my understanding, last year, at least or that was 2020. I think when him and his agent had it out with the 49ers via Twitter. But I think Justin's saying for sure bring that boy back. Yes, he would be a huge boost for our special teams. Raymar's saying, hold on, not so fast. It's Trey Sermon demon time. I don't know. I'm a big Mostert fan. I think Mostert has a very specific skill set that not a lot of people have. And it's something that I want. It's something that I want with the San Francisco 49ers. But let's get this post out and let's get back. Hold on one second. Raheem Mostert's agent has, quote, been in touch with the been in touch regarding a possible reunion per Jennifer Lee Chan. Nice. 49ers Raheem Mostert agent. 49ers running back Raheem Mostert's agent has been in touch regarding a possible union. Been in touch. All right. Apologize for this. With the team. Watching me post is never entertaining. Never entertaining. So I apologize. 49ers. Oh my goodness. Come on. Multitasking at its finest. 49ers Raheem Mostert's agent has been in touch with the team regarding possible reunion. All right. Don't want to get those spelling errors or just terribly bad grammatical errors on the post, but we got to get it out. Got to double check and make sure everything's all good. All right. Posts are out. Let's go. Cash to God. You didn't miss nothing, my boy. Actually, what we're talking about right now is there's a potential reunion coming with the San Francisco 49ers. Dang. Oh, I love this. Oh, there's so much going on right now. Let's go. On a Friday? Let's go. In the dead of the offseason, we got Trent Taylor and George Kittle talking trash to each other. We got poor dropping about Raheem Mostert. We got Stephon Gilmore. Oh my goodness. All kinds of stuff going on. What's good, Sean? What's good, Sean? Lots of stuff going on today. Hold on 1 second. Let's just get some more stuff pulled up because this is fun. This is going to be a fun day. Happy Friday, everyone. Hopefully work was okay. Hopefully you got some fun plans heading into the weekend. I know this week's been kind of crappy. But hopefully you guys are doing all right. Let's actually get this one out the way real quick. We had some news pop off earlier today. The 49ers are no longer with their quarterback coach, Rich Scangarello. He has been hired as the offensive coordinator for the University of Kentucky. So that is two coaches that the 49ers have lost to just Kentucky alone. The overall list of coaches that the 49ers have lost is getting staggering at this point. And of course, the big question here is, how does this affect Trey Lance? How does this affect Trey Lance's development? Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? What do you think in the chat so far? I don't think I'm not seeing anyone's too upset about it. Everyone looks okay. Yeah, we got thank you, Kentucky. We got thank God. Sean, exactly. Success problems. Problems when you're successful. Oh, Peyton says he doesn't know how to feel because he is actually a Kentucky fan. So, yeah, it doesn't appear that people are too upset about Scangarello leaving again. The quarterbacks that he's been around since he's been here: Jimmy Garoppolo, Nick Mullins, CJ Beathard. God, who else? We had Josh Johnson in here for a while last year. Of course, Jimmy Garoppolo. Um, but yeah, I don't. It doesn't look like anyone's too upset. it doesn't. It doesn't. But that means we have a lot of positions to fill, and we've started to fill some positions. We have. Um, and as let's see, where did it go? As Jason's pointing out here, yeah, we're up to a good amount of coaches heading out the door. Here's the list. Here's the list of coaches that have exited the 49ers this year. Mike McDaniel, he's gone. He went, of course, we know where Mike McDaniel went. Love Mike McDaniel. That one was tough to see. He's the head coach for Miami. Richard Hightower, special teams coach. So that we had OC gone. Now we got our head special teams coach. He's gone. I know a lot of people weren't too upset about that. I personally like Richard Hightower. I thought he was a good person. I thought he fit for what we were doing, but clearly there was a little bit of a disconnect this year and a bit in the past. He's now the Bears. So the 49ers decided to take that. He goes to Miami, comes to coach in Denver, offensive line coach in Denver. Oh yeah. Am I back? Am I back? Stupid Wi-Fi, man. Stupid Wi-Fi. Come on, McDonald's. Give me the juice. Come on, McDonald's. Give me the juice. Give me the juice, McDonald's. I'm pulling as many gigs as I can from McDonald's. Come on, boys. Don't cut our stream. Bastards. All right. Looks like I cut out big time. Looks like I cut out big time. Hopefully it doesn't occur again. I apologize again. You guys know this. If you're a real one, and you've been rocking with the streams for a minute, oh, you know how the Wi-Fi has been a bane of my existence. I've tried everything. I switched providers. I got extenders. I just like what? I don't know. Stupid. It's the Dollar Tree Wi-Fi. Exactly. All right. But where were we at? We were talking about the coaches. We were talking about coaches leaving. There's been 8 coaches. I'm not going to go through it again, other than the fact that we lost our OC, special teams coach, tight ends coach, wide receiver coach, assistant O-line coach, another assistant O-line coach. We actually lost 3 assistant O-line coaches and quarterback coach. So the 49ers have lost a good amount of coaches. I love you guys. I love that you guys just put up with my dollar store Wi-Fi. I appreciate you guys so much. One day I'll be in 4K, I promise. One day I'll be in 4K, I promise. I promise you guys. But shout out Jesus for helping donate to Fix Brad Wi-Fi's fund. We appreciate you. Again, L Wi-Fi W content creator. I'm okay with that. I accept that. I accept that. So, anyways, seriously, I'm about to have to start a GoFundMe and just set up my own tower. That's it. I'm setting up my own tower in my house. It's gonna happen. My goodness. Um I promise. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this soon. The 4K boys coming soon. Don't don't you worry. Don't you worry. I love it. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. We're losing more Wi-Fi than coaches. Boom. Let's go. Let's go. I love it. I love it. All right, let's try to get back on track. Hopefully the Wi-Fi doesn't kill us and just completely derail us. Yes, we're getting back to it. We're getting back to it. Back to the football talk. Screw the Wi-Fi. So let's recap. Let's recap. Raheem Mostert in talks. So we just updated the page while on live. 49ers are in talks with Raheem Mostert's representatives about potentially returning. So that's, I guess, a good sign, at least for this. For me, not everyone agrees. Not everyone agrees. I like Mostert. I think Mostert has a spot on this offense and can be extremely effective. Obviously, we just need our boy to be healthy. That's it. Just need our boy to be healthy. But this is some news that just came through per Jennifer Lee Chan. I think we like that. I love it personally, but I would say most of us would like that. But again, we just went through the coaching situation. No Rich Scangarello. That's 8 total coaches gone. Fine. That's whatever. It is what it is. The 49ers under Kyle Shanahan have lost so many dang coaches year in and year out. Just used to it at this point. Just used to it. But you do have to give credit a little bit to Kyle Shanahan for keeping the ball rolling for 5 years with the San Francisco 49ers, losing Robert Saleh, losing LaFleur last year. Now he loses McDaniels. Like he's lost some good coaches. Almost lost to Miko this year. And he's going to lose to Miko next year. So again, you do have to give a little bit of credit for being able to maneuver all these, like, the constant coaching, like, I guess just taking at this point. So that's what we're going through. 49ers lost quarterback coach today to Kentucky. We almost lost our GM. Maybe not. But this was from Andrew Marchand. He says Amazon reached out to Lynch, according to sources. There was a dinner. Lynch probably could have tripled his salary, which is reportedly around $5 million as the GM of the 49ers. Lynch, I'm told, declined and wanted to remain with the 49ers front office. Congratulations. Shout out John Lynch. Double birds to Jeff Bezos. Not today, Mr. Bezos. We're on demon time right now. We don't have time for Amazon Prime. We don't have time. John Lynch is like, you know what, man? I got more important things to do. I got a 6th ring to win. And I guarantee you, man, with the 49ers being as close as they have the last 2 of the 3 years, again, they had a 10-point lead in the 4th quarter of the freaking Super Bowl. They almost had it. That sixth ring was in their grasp, and they let it go. And then they almost had another opportunity at the sixth ring this year in the NFC Championship against those stinking Rams, and they did the same thing. It's been right there within reach. My precious. Like, literally, that's what it's like. It's to that point where it's an unhealthy obsession to get that damn ring. That sixth ring, like we've had it in our hands, or we've had it so close to being there. Like, so close. Finish the job. And that's what I like, Lynch. Man, a lot of people come after Lynch's neck, but I think it's important that at least right now we kind of set the tone for what the roles are. John Lynch, I think, is the organizational glue guy. Again, he knows, he's got the media contacts, he's got all the league contacts. He's a great people person. We've heard about how instrumental John Lynch was with the situation that was going on between Kyle Shanahan and Brandon Ayuk, and how they really were able to move past it when they literally had to sit down with John Lynch as a mediator. And so I think John Lynch has a role on this team, but it's not like a lot of people talk about. When you hear people talk about Javon Kinlaw, or you hear people talk about draft picks or things like that and misses, and they're, oh, fire John Lynch. I don't think John Lynch is making these picks. Now, he might be signing off on them. He might be reviewing and approving, which is perfectly possible. But I really think when it comes to player personnel, that's Adam Peters and his department. Adam Peters is assistant GM, and he's assistant GM for a reason, because he handles the personnel side of things. I think the general manager position is so much more than than just uh than just building a roster. Like, at least opposed to what it was maybe 10, 20 years ago. I think there's so many more things that come along with it these days than just building a team and evaluating talent. And so he delegates those tasks to other people. Adam Peters, I think, is responsible for that. And there's a plenty of other things that go on inside the building, day-to-day stuff that we don't even think about, that I'm sure John Lynch manages. But also too, Kyle Shanahan is, I think, head honcho. Kyle Shanahan's head honcho. You got Adam Peters, you got John Lynch. John Lynch is, it's kind of like that salesman, that executive VP of sales, go out and does everything, meets and greets, schmoozes, does all that, does a lot of stuff behind the scenes, a lot of management internally, internal teams, things like that. But then you have Adam Peters, who's going to do out all the player personnel, do all the scouting reports, rank players, all that stuff. Kyle comes in and they work together. So, but I am happy that he's not going anywhere. I'm very happy he's not going anywhere. And he is staying. And I think hopefully this helps get some people off his back. And this is why John Lynch's role is very important. This is why John Lynch's role is very important in this organization. I think Kyle, we've talked about it on this channel before, he's very specific. He's very his personality is rigid, in the sense he is who he is, and I don't think he's going to change too much for anyone. I think Kyle is Kyle, and if you don't vibe with Kyle, then you don't vibe with Kyle. It's not like Kyle's going to and this is, I've never spoken to Kyle. I've never actually been with him, seen him deal with, so I don't know. This is just me, like how I've perceived these things to be. But I think Kyle's a very rigid personality. And I think John is a great equalizer and meshes well with Kyle, at least from the outside perspective. And there's so many other things that GMs have to manage these days than just football ops. there's a lot of other things that goes on. So it makes sense to me, and I'm just happy that he decided to stick around. So far, I think he's been a great a great person in this organization and things like that. I don't think it's going to be I think it's good. I'm glad he's coming back. Very, very glad he's coming back. I think that's great. Um, so as we've made our way around, Wi-Fi issues, Scangarello's gone, Mostert could be coming back. John Lynch could have left, but he stayed. Now we make our way back to the conversation at hand. Do the 49ers actually land Stephon Gilmore? I'm going to go ahead and say this. This is going to be my opinion. Um, I think adding the actual talent of Stephon Gilmore, I don't think really too many people are going to complain about that. I don't think too many people would be upset at the notion of one of the better cornerbacks historically during his time in the league, for the better part of a decade, has been one of the better cornerbacks in the NFL and has had a lot of success. He had decent success with the Panthers when he went over there. Again, this is a money conversation, in my opinion, and I don't feel that I'm not a capologist. I don't know how that stuff works. Um, so from the personnel perspective side of it, yeah, you can't be upset at that. Like if Stephon Gilmore is going to be a San Francisco 49er, I think everyone is going to understand that that's probably going to make the team better. You're also injecting veteran leadership into the locker room and you're doing all that kind of stuff. So like no one is going to complain about it from the personnel side of things, but what is the impact financially? How does that stop you from adding X player? Does that mean you don't get Mostert back? Does that mean you don't get this guy, that guy, and this guy? So those are the conversations that need to be had. And again, I'm not personally qualified to have that conversation. That's just the other aspect of this. I think we can all agree that we like the talent, we like the player. If he were to come on over, not a big deal. It's just what is the cost? 20 million guaranteed. Is that sufficient? Does that work with our current cap? Again, we've seen multiple figures. PFF recently posted that the 49ers were -4 under cap. You go to spotrac.com, it shows the 49ers at about 3 million above the cap. So that's a $7 million discrepancy between two very, very trustworthy resources in regards to cap. So again, it's just a moving target from a financial standpoint, but I think from a personnel standpoint, we would like that move. I think that move would be welcomed. You even had Eric Davis, former 49ers legend, again, Super Bowl champion, all pro cornerback. Apparently he said this last week. I didn't know that, but and I know ED's tapped in and Eric Davis said, I said this last week. So the fact that you have Eric Davis kind of talking about it like, hey, this isn't, the first time I think this is being discussed is another might be some validity to this. Again, you have a 49ers great who's tapped in, he's former cornerback. So he's saying, hey, this is old news, in fact. So, and I've actually seen some of those rumors, but just not from a source like Richard Sherman. So we just kind of been like, okay, whatever, until we get more movement. Then we will entertain it. But this does feel real. And I mean, I get the sense, Sherman's got a podcast and he wants to get his views and stuff like that. And this is great marketing. It's great interest. Again, we're all talking about it. And his podcast is going to drop, I think, in about an hour. So it's great. It's a great marketing strategy. To drop it at the time you dropped it, all of it. So it makes sense. But again, it's just going to be something that we continue to monitor. Is it going to happen? I don't know. There are a lot of good cornerbacks out there. Um, let me see if he responded. I don't know if he did. Let me see. No, he didn't. So Sherman and I have an ongoing DM relationship. I DM'd him, and he's been really good about responding and actually giving me a lot of really good information. And today I DM'd him. I didn't DM him though specifically about Stephon Gilmore. I DM'd him about this man, about DJ Reed. I don't know what it is, but I just really want to see DJ Reed come back. I would love to see him come back. He was the 8th highest graded cornerback according to PFF last year. 78.6 grade on over 1,000 snaps. So I asked Sherm, I said, any chance you think DJ Reed would have interest in returning to the 49ers? He hasn't seen it yet. But if he does and he responds, oh, I will let you know. Oh, interesting. Okay, hold on one second. This is I like that. Okay. Dude, there's all kinds of stuff dropping. Like, when does this happen? When do we get a bunch of stuff drop on a Friday? When do we get a bunch of stuff that drops on a Friday? That's rare. Give us something to talk about through the weekend. I want to chase DJ Reed. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I want to chase DJ Reed because I also see DJ Reed as an outside corner. I don't see him necessarily pigeonholed into being a slot corner or nickel corner. And but he can play that. He can play nickel corner. He's proven he can play outside corner. And this is a great point, Hendricks. Great point. Combine coming up. Everyone's heading towards Indianapolis. There's going to be meetings in Indy. Got to set the tone, right? We got to get the narrative machine working before we actually show up to said meeting, right? There's got to be some kind of unconscious thought process revolving these things. So, of course, great point of why all this stuff is going to come out. Brunil says, I like Carlton Davis. He's younger. I agree. I think Carlton Davis would be my actual number one target because I think J.C. Jackson's going to be too expensive. I'm a bit of an ageist, and although I like Stephon Gilmore, how long is that going to last? Is that a 2-year window? How long? What does that look like? You don't know. But I like Carlton Davis. Carlton Davis has always been a guy that, he's 25 years old. To me, I see the physicality traits. I see the ability to cover. I like everything that Carlton Davis brings to the table and would love to see him in the 49er scheme. But again, he is going to be expensive. I imagine Carlton Davis and JC are actually going to be the highest paid cornerbacks out this class, this free agent class. So again, if the 49ers are really attracted to getting a veteran cornerback, I feel like it's got to be mid-tier or lower. But that's just my feeling based on cost. Again, I'm not a football capologist. It's not my strong suit, but I've been around enough to be dangerous. But there are plenty of guys. Should we bring back Akello? You have guys like Jason Verrett who could potentially return on a 1-year, maybe $2 million deal, heavily incentive based. Because you guys remember in 2020 when he was healthy, he was a top 10 cornerback. He had returned to his status before he had gone through all the injuries and then unfortunately got injured yet again. Shout out Jamal Rasul Douglas, 100%. Where's Rasul? He's down here somewhere. I think they got Rasul deep. Also, another guy that I wouldn't mind is Desmond King. I wouldn't mind Desmond King playing in the slot for the San Francisco 49ers. Didn't have a great year last year, and he's kind of been trending down since he really came onto the scene hot with the Chargers. However, you get him in for nickel, cost-effective deal. I like it. I don't mind that. I would be interested in it. Where's Razul, man? Where'd he go? Is he up here? Oh, there he is. He's right there. This is another guy that I like, and shout out Jamal for pointing that out. Razul, again, 3 years, potentially 3 years, 20 million and 13 million guaranteed for a 26-year-old cornerback. Kind of going value. I just like I want to add cornerback from the outside from a veteran standpoint. I don't necessarily want to tap into the draft for a cornerback because to me, drafting cornerbacks is just too hit or miss. And going into a draft relying on cornerback production from your rookies feels like a setup for failure. So I don't want to do that. We kind of had to do that last year, and they really put it off until the last possible point. And again, we saw it wasn't great to start, but thank God Ambry turned it around at the end of the year. So I don't necessarily want to go back to the draft well, other than to develop. If I need a guy who's going to come in and get on the field this year and perform, I would really, really like them to go after a mid to low tier from a cost perspective, mid to low tier veteran cornerback, whether it's Razul, whether it's potentially. I personally always like the Kello, but I know that's not going to happen. They get Kyle Fuller for cheap. I would take Kyle Fuller for cheap. If you give me Kyle Fuller on a 1 year, $5 million deal, I think I might do that. Kyle Fuller was a draft crush of mine coming out of Virginia Tech. He was one of those guys for me. Like, bang the table, get me Kyle Fuller. He's the best cornerback in the draft. Kyle Fuller was my guy to the nth degree. Again, if you're around, I think this was even before the SF Niners when I had 9 Gang on Instagram. If you even remember that account. We really wanted to get Kyle Fuller over to the 49ers. But if maybe you get Kyle Fuller 1 year, $4.5 million deal, I would not mind that. I would not mind that. Again, you get a veteran. He's 30 years old. Didn't have a good year at all last year. And he's been okay the last couple years. I just want to pull out what I know is in there. So, again, Mike Hughes, too. Mike Hughes. Now, he's had an up and down career, but again, where I'm attacking value right now. That's kind of where I'm at. So the thought of getting, a big boy like Stephon Gilmore, and again, there could be some validity to it, but I think this just is again, more of an economic conversation at this point than it is about personnel. We're not building out a Madden team, or technically we are, but we still got to be cognizant of how much money is being spent because the 49ers, as of right now, just don't have a ton. Speaking of likes, like up that video. And where are we at? I don't think we've had a check-in yet. Missing DJ right now. We're missing DJ right now. Don't think seen him around today, so we haven't got our like update. What are we at for our like update on the post? 82 likes. Come on, fam. 82. We should be able to do 100 in the next 30 seconds. Come on, let's go. I challenge you, SDS. I challenge you to a duel. Get those likes up. Let's go. We can do it. Squad up. It's Friday. Squad up. It's Friday. It's Friday. Don't make me start playing that song from whatever that girl's name was. It's Friday. Friday. Time to get down on Friday. Oh, don't get me singing. Then I'll get a bunch of dislikes. I won't get any likes. I'll just get a bunch of dislikes. All right. This came out. I just seen this from KMBR. Shout out my boy Sam who runs KMBR. The homie. So this is from KMBR. So again, this is about the quarterback conversation, the continuous quarterback conversation about value. And tell him, Jaden, if you don't like the stream, you're not a real Niner fan, or you're just one of my haters checking in on me per usual, dude. Let's go 100, 101 gang. Let's go. Remember, make sure if you're a hater, hit that like button too. I know you like smashing that dislike button, but for once, see it in your soul. I know you guys I know my haters like to watch every single thing that I do, but feel free to smash that like button while you're here for once. I appreciate you triggering the algorithm by your presence, but go ahead and hit that like button while you're at it. Go ahead and hit that like button while you're at it. Shout out my haters. Love you all. Oh, look at the win. Oh no. Is my Wi-Fi cut again? Shout out to squad. I'm trying to I think my Wi-Fi is about to get out again. I don't know. I can't tell if it feels like it. We went from dubs to L Wi-Fi real quick. We went from dubs to L Wi-Fi real quick. Shout out the squad though. Exactly. You guys got those likes up so fast. You guys froze the damn stream. You guys froze the damn stream. What do I think about Trey Flowers? I think Trey Flowers is okay. I think he's, average at best. Average at best. I'm gonna go ahead. I would say Trey Flowers is about average at best. I would be okay if the 49ers got him, but I also would be okay if they didn't. He's okay. He's just I think I just am conditioned not to like him. He's okay. He's okay. That's about all I'll say. He's okay. He's okay. Again, not one of my favorites personally. But so let's get to this situation. Shout out everyone who's liking up the video and dealing with my dollar store Wi-Fi. I'm gonna go ahead and blame it on my kids who are. So I just random story. Just finally broke down about a month ago. Got my son Fortnite. I have as a gamer, I knew the pitfalls of getting that man Fortnite. But as a 9-year-old for his birthday, it's what he wanted most. And I said, okay, I'm gonna get it for you. They're playing Fortnite right now, him and my daughter, and I guarantee you they're sucking up all the Wi-Fi juice. Dang kids and their Fortnite. I'm blaming the kids. It's those darn video games. It's a dang video games. I do need to. So first of all, I have a MacBook Air, so it doesn't even have an Ethernet cable. It's a kid's fault. It's a kid's fault. You heard it here first. Those dang gamers, I'm telling you. It's their fault. Oh, shout out though. Shout out Fortnite. That game is hella fun. Who knew? I'd be gaming with them. I'd be like, hey, let's get on the sticks. Let's go. Let's run it. Quads, baby. Let's go. Squads. We out. Fortnite low-key fun. At least fun with my kids. It's fun to play with them. But they be sucking up all my Wi-Fi juice. All of it. I blame them. See, that's also the cool thing about having kids is you just blame my kids. They kicked over the Wi-Fi, which is true. My kids have cut multiple streams because of the Wi-Fi. But okay, squirrel. It's Friday. Bear with me, guys. It's Friday. Just trying to keep it light. Back to the show. Back to 49ers football. I apologize. Squirrel. Big time squirrel. Wi-Fi is always going to be the biggest squirrel. But again, from CanBR, this is from Bill Barnwell, who's tapped in. I believe he's a reporter for a major publication. I'm not going to pretend and speak out of turn like I know which one it was. I think it's Sports Illustrated, but again, he is a big time reporter with a big publication. Went on CanBR and he had this to say about Jimmy Garoppolo. There's going to be a market for him. I don't know if it's going to be a first round pick. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a 2. So again, one of the conversations that have been ongoing this week is about Jimmy Garoppolo's value. We were playing with the idea. I mean, we went up all the way up to pick 11 in the first round with Jimmy Garoppolo at a value status. And that's pretty high. I can guarantee you anyone in the 49ers fan base, franchise, maybe even the locker room would say, man, you can get Jimmy Garoppolo for the 11th overall pick, sending them to the Commanders. Yes, great. But I think we all kind of understand that is rich. That is rich. Don't you put this evil on me, Ricky Bobby. My new spot will be Wi-Fi entrenched. It better be, or I'm going to be pissed. But yeah, like I think we all agree if we were to get a first for Jimmy, it would probably have to be Jimmy plus something. Like we would have to give something with Jimmy in order to get that first. But I do kind of agree with Jaden here. Maybe a little bit more realistic is like a 2 and a 4. If you go back and jump in the hot tub time machine, and you reference what the trade was for Sam Darnold got a 2, 4, and a 6 for Sam. And again, like Sam, I want to go ahead and say Garoppolo's better than Sam Darnold. I'm going to go ahead and say Garoppolo's better than Sam Darnold. And a lot of it has to do with processing. If we're going to talk about Sam Darnold from the perspective of just arm talent, Sam Darnold's up there with Aaron Rodgers. He's up there with guys like Zach Wilson in regards to just raw arm talent. The arm talent with Sam Darnold is like top tier, but this part that makes you a quarterback, again, I know we focus on the on-field production so much, and that's what we judge quarterbacks on. But it's crystal clear that playing quarterback is much more than just talent. Much more than just talent. You have to have it up here. You have to be able to lead men. You got to be a leader. Not only do you have to have the raw physical tools, you have to be a leader, and you have to be able to handle the most insane adversity imaginable. You have to be mentally just Fort Knox. And I think Jimmy's proven he has that. He's got the mental side of it. Now, when we look at the physical tools, I would say Jimmy's elite 10 to 15 yards. Now, we're going to omit the underneath linebacker issue because it doesn't fit that narrative. But I would say between 10 to 15, Jimmy's pretty damn elite when it comes to release, how quickly he can get the ball out. He's really good at it, and he's accurate when he doesn't throw it to the middle underneath linebacker. That's the only caveat with that part of it. So maybe he's not elite, but he's really damn good. And we know you execute play action. You run the ball with guys like Antonio Gibson. Let's say, like Coach is talking about, sending Jimmy and our second for Commanders 11th overall. Ooh, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. I want to pull the chat on that one. That's a good one, Coach. I want to pull the chat on that compensation because it's still giving up a lot, but you're getting a lot in return. And I don't think we have proposed a deal like this in the chat. So I'm interested. Let's pull the chat. Would you do this deal? Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers second round draft pick. So pick 61. So it would be Jimmy, pick 61, and you get 11 overall. So now that means you go from pick 11, and then the next time you pick, I believe, is at 93. But you also have you got 3 7th rounders, I believe. You got a lot of back end picks, so you could potentially work up into the top 50s. But what do we think about this? Would this be something that you would like? Would the Commanders like it? Or would the Commanders be like, we want pick 11? Jesus says, I can see that. Yes, Jimmy and out. Jamal says, nah, if I give Jimmy in my second, I want number 11 and a 4th next year. Hey, now see, that I think is reasonable too. I think that's a reasonable outcome. If you're giving Jimmy in a second, I think you can get 11 and a 4th next year. I don't think that's outside the realm of possibility at all. You can even take it one step further and say, hey, we're going to give you Jimmy in a second, but you're going to give us an 11th and a 4th, and that 4th can eventually turn into a second round pick if, let's say, Jimmy leads you to the playoffs or Jimmy throws for 4,500 yards or whatever. Like, you can build in an incentivizer to say, okay, we'll give you Jimmy in a second. We want 11, but that 4th, we want a 4th next year, but we also want that 4th to have the ability to climb to a second if he takes you to the playoffs or he takes you to the NFC Championship game. You know what I mean? I kind of actually like that idea too. V says, no way Commanders would accept that. Javier says the same thing. Commanders will not accept. I mean, you get a 2nd round pick though back in return. Maybe they got a lot of talent on that roster. They need a quarterback, and who knows who's going to go to that team. We'll see. Oh, yes. Okay, we're getting Galaxy Brain GM here now. We're getting Galaxy Brain GM here. I like this. For multiple reasons. Yes. Okay, now we're talking. Now we got our GM caps on. Now we're working. Okay, we take Coach's original plan. You give Jimmy Garoppolo and the 61st overall pick to the Commanders for pick 11. And I'm going to take Jamal's idea. We're going to also get a 4th in 2023 in return. That 4th in 2023 is going to have an incentive based built into the working of that deal. So that 4th can pop up to a 3rd, potentially a 2nd, depending on how much they win with Jimmy. So not only we're able to kind of get something on the back end for next year, but then we make that happen. The 49ers give up Jimmy and the 61st. They get 11th and a 4th in 2023. That could be a 2nd. And then you trade back. Whoo! I like that. Someone call John Lynch. Someone call John Lynch right now. We have a plan. This is the Jamal coach and basically SDS chat trade that will get us a first round pick plus recoup multiple assets. That's nice. That's nice because if you, let's say you drop from 11 to 17, 11 to 18, you can get a lot. You can get a lot, like multiple seconds and thirds, multiple seconds and thirds over 2 years. Like you could literally, if you drop from 11 into the 20s, whoo! Hey, SDS, GMs of the year. Shout out Coach, shout out Jamal, shout out the chat. I like that. Dylan said, my brain is exploding. Oh my god. Oh yeah, it was Justin too. Justin, can't forget Justin. Justin came up with the trade back idea. Ooh. Someone call John Lynch right now. He said, bro, trapping draft picks. Hey, you know the vibes. Hey, we've all had to make our bread some way or another. We've all had to get it out the mud some way or the other. So we're resourceful. If you had to get yours out the mud in any sort of fashion, that means you're resourceful. That means you know how to stretch your resources to make it work. And that's what we just did. That's what we just did. Shout out. Well, hey, we're the 49ers trap house now, Jamal. We're the 49ers trap house. SDS smartest 49er YouTube channel. Hey, I'm just saying. I've been saying it for the longest time. I think it's the truth. I think it's the truth. But yeah, I like that. That was a good collaboration right there on the chat. Good collaboration. So that's what we're gonna do. We're all going to when we get off the live, we're gonna at John Lynch all at the same time, and we're gonna be like this. This is our proposed deal, and we're gonna at the Commanders, we're gonna at the 49ers, and at John Lynch, and we're gonna say this is our proposed deal. Jimmy Garoppolo in the 61st pick to the Commanders for number 11 and 2023 4th. Kicker is that 4th has incentive is incentive laden so that it can build up to a 2nd based on how much they win with Jimmy. And then we trade down from pick 11 into 17, 18, 19, 20. Ooh! Ooh, boy. That's how you finesse. That is how you finesse. That is a straight fleece. That would be fun. That would be fun. Hey, we working. That would be fire. I like that a lot. James Vega says, what about Jimmy for Sweets? Sweats? Like sweatpants? Sweets? No, sweets is 2 E's. Sweats? Sweat? Josh Sweat? This is defensive end, right? You're talking about Montez Sweet. Gotcha. I forgot about Montez. Forgot about Montez there for a second. Brain fart. I know exactly who Montez is. He actually was he out of Mississippi State? Mississippi State, Texas A&M. I can't remember. I think it was a Burgundy team. I know exactly what you're talking about. Montez Sweat, defensive end. He blew up the combine about 2-3 years ago. Know exactly what you're talking about. I don't think I like him, but just you like how I worked through that? Oh, these Friday shows are a doozy. This is a good one today. I'm having fun today. This is pure comedy today. Today is pure comedy. Yeah, he destroyed the combine. Yeah, I remember it's one of the Burgundy teams. Yes, I remember Mr. Sweet Pants very well. I know exactly who he is. Again, lined up opposite of Chase Young. He is an athletic freak. We saw the production match, kind of I think some of the hype. So, yeah. But I still feel like I can get an edge defender with value. I still like my plan. From a value standpoint of getting edge. And again, this is part of it. If we're trading a huge asset for a defensive end, that defensive end needs to be a 3-down back, and that defensive end can't leave the field. He must stay on the field at all times. And that's a type of player he needs to be. I can find us, guys. I promise you, I can find us a pass rusher only in the draft at a 3rd-round value that could come in and be effective as a rookie, be cheap, and get the same type of. It's a little bit of money ball. Like I look at the defensive line. Oh God, if we got any one of these guys, Mafe from Minnesota or Ebiketie from Penn State, it would be clamps. But that's the thing is I'm trying to get someone opposite of Bosa, but I'm trying to do it in a bit of a money ball style. Because when I look at the 49ers defensive line and I look at how they do it, it's a rotation, man. They're throwing waves of people. They got, I think it's like their turbo package, their NASCAR package, whatever they're calling it. They have so many different variations. So I don't think of the old school 3-down defensive lineman. I see a bit of a where you can actually work the money ball type of like thought process where you're like, well, we need someone who can be extremely effective on 3rd down. Of course, we need them to rush the passer. But we also understand that we need to stop the run. We need to be able to hold edge contain in the run game and do all those kinds of things. But those don't have to be the same person. They can be multiple people. You can be able to maintain edge. You can play base down with one person. And then when it's pass rush situation or situational, or you want to bring a blitz or you want to do something like that, then you bring in X player. And so that's what I look for with this defensive line is I see something that exists where, yes, we have Nick Bosa, who's going to be our guy who's going to be in there more often than he's not. Same exact thing with Eric Armstead. We got two guys that are highly paid and are going to be in there a lot. But the other guys, there's a lot of rotation. And so with that rotation, I could see a world that exists where you try to slot in trait specific players based on role. So if they can hit, we can get a pure speed rusher. That's all he does. He's not going to do a damn thing in the run game, but he knows how to get after the passer. He has speed, he's got twitch, he's got moves, inside, outside, bull rush, speed to power. He's got everything. Twitch, bend, all of it. But he's just not good in the run game. I can live with that. I can live with that. And then you can, because you can also find base down edge defenders everywhere. It's finding the combination of two that is very difficult. So that's how I'm attacking it, man. Like Montez Sweatpants, I think he's a good player, but I wouldn't want to give up Jimmy straight up just for that. Just for that. I wouldn't want that to happen. But again, I'm stuck on that plan. But there's a lot of ways we can go about it. Good point too, Charles Omenihu. I'm really excited about Omenihu. I think he could take a step forward. We could talk about Kinlaw. Kinlaw, I think, is going to be a guy, man. I think Kinlaw is going to be a guy. He's just got to be healthy. And it's really going to help anyone who's playing on the opposite side edge to really help. So, yeah, there's multiple avenues, multiple ways you could go. I think Javon, and again, I get the thought process. We forget to mention when we talk about Aldon Smith, and we talk about, yes, Aldon Smith in a vacuum was probably one of the better players to ever play in the NFL from a pure skill perspective, at least from the edge. I mean, you go back and you watch that interview with Trent Williams and Joe Staley, and they both at the same exact time say Aldon Smith was the best edge rusher, best player they ever played against. That's true. He's good in of himself. But another reason why Aldon Smith was ultra successful as an edge rusher was because he had Justin Smith right next to him. Justin Smith, you guys remember those stunts? Those stunts. I get goosebumps thinking about them. Where you just get Justin Smith running out of 3-tech and the 3-4 base defense that Vic Fangio was running. So he's over the guard. He basically jackknifes the guard. He takes the guard. He throws him into the tackle. And you get Aldon looping around like a madman. My goodness, it was so hard for anyone to stop that. So hard for anyone to stop that. And again, we see the sack production, we see the sack totals and the havoc that Aldon Smith created. But the point that I'm trying to make is Justin Smith also was a huge reason for a lot of that success because he did so much of dirty work, things that like Eric Armstead does a lot. That's what Javon Kinlaw is going to do. He's going to make it dirty on that interior, and other people are going to be able to eat off that. Linebackers, safeties not getting picked off by guards getting to the second level. You got to have that space eater on the interior who can just make it really hard for offensive linemen to peel off and get to backer. That's the name of the game. And I think that's really why they went after Javon. And if he can be available and he can do that, like we might get a little taste, because I think that's the thing that I most look forward to from Javon is the ability to take on multiple blockers. That's what I want. I just want a guy in the middle who occupies 2 blockers, play in, play out. If that's what's going on, the 49ers are winning a lot more matchups because you get more one-on-one on the outside. Again, offensive linemen can't get to backers, can't get to safeties, can't get to cornerbacks because they're stuck on Javon. That's what I want. Let's see. What do we got? We got a scouting. Let's see. So Geeks says, Brad, you should look into Travis Hunter. He is a guy down the road. He is going into college, but he is a beast on the field and will be a great prodigy. So this is that number one. This is that number one recruit who went to Jacksonville State or Jackson State to go with Prime. Dude, shout out Prime, man. Shout out Prime. That dude is a freaking legend for what he is doing right now with the HBCU. Dude, tip my freaking cap to Prime. The way he is able to pull big time number one prospects to, oh my goodness, to Jackson State. Shout out Prime, man. He's doing it. He's doing it. He is really doing it over there, and all the respect in the world for what he is able to do. And we understand what it is. Shout out to Senior Bowl. They added the HBCU Combine, and they're getting more eyes. And I don't know what's taken so long, but it's like, again, that man right here. Where is he? He went to a HBCU. He's from Mississippi Valley State. Like, there's talent everywhere. Everywhere. I don't know what's taking so long, but again, shout out Prime for what he's doing, man. It's really inspirational, to be honest. Like, look, so inspirational. I love it. But yeah, that guy, he's a 5-star prospect. He's like the best cornerback in the nation. So yeah, he's gonna be good for sure. He's gonna be good for sure. Javon Kinlaw's surgery was for a injury that was owed. His injury, what from my understanding, I remember, dang, I'm blanking on the report. I remember reporting on it. I remember they thought it was something less. I forget exactly the term, but from my memory, they had went in and they had found out that his ACL was actually more damaged than they thought. So when they went in, I think they actually repaired his ACL. I don't think they knew his ACL was messed up. So they actually found out that his ACL needed a little rework. From my understanding, again, don't quote me. But from my understanding, they went in for a cleanup and they found out, now clearly there was issues. He's having issues. He didn't play all year, went to IR. They went in for a cleanup and they actually found out there's a little bit more damage than they anticipated. But they were the good news is they were able to catch it, clean it up, repair it. We'll see. It's just tough, man. That's tough. He's a big boy. He's not built the same as any one of us. He is literally guys, he's huge. He's a mountain. He's literally one of the most intimidating people I've ever seen. He's literally one of the most intimidating people I've ever seen. Like if I had to block him, I would be terrified. Like he just looks mean. Like he looks like he's got that look in his eye, like he's been through hell and back and doesn't care about you, doesn't care about your family, doesn't care about nothing other than whooping your ass. And I love that about him. I just want to see that man on the field. I just got to see him on the field. That's it. And I know once he gets on the field, and I've seen the glimpses, I've seen what he's capable of. Once you get that and and he reaches that potential, then we'll understand. Then the DeForest Buckner thing won't be a topic. Then that won't be a conversation anymore. The only reason it's still a conversation is just because we know we know we know why. So hopefully we get that figured out. Would love that. Would love that. He's a freak. He kind of reminds me of a guy like there's players have an intimidation factor. Like I'm not lying to you. Like I would be in the huddle in practice, and I've told this story before. Like when I played in community college, we had a really good team. Lots of I think if you started on that team, you got a scholarship. On each side of the ball, we had special teams getting if you started or played any snaps at this community college, you got a scholarship. And so when talk about intimidation factor, this defensive tackle I played with should have been in the NFL, should have been D1 straight out of high school, didn't have grades. He was crazy. He was huge, just intimidating as hell. And I remember being like a freshman, like super just green, inexperienced. And I'd be in the huddle. I'd be looking at the defensive line, and he's staring at me, pacing, waiting for us to break the huddle, barking at me. And you might think, oh, he's barking at you. What that's probably like, what a weirdo. Like, or just like that's cringe. Oh, he's barking at you. Well, like, no, like it was like he's staring into my soul and he's barking at me. And knowing full well I was about to take the line of scrimmage and that dude was about to toss me. There's an intimidation factor that exists, and that it plays a part. It's part of the mental game. It's part of the mental aspect. And Kinlaw has it. He's just gotta get on the dang field. That's it, man. If he gets on the field, it's wraps. I think he's really good. I think he's really good. This is funny. I want to show this. I want to show this really quick. How are we on likes? What's our like count right now? Someone give me an update. What's our like count? How are we doing? How's the Sourdough Squad doing on the like count? I forget what. It feels like we could get to 200 relatively easily if everyone rallied. If we rallied, I think that's going to be I think that's going to have to be our goal. We're not leaving the stream. We're not leaving the stream until we get 200 likes. We can hit 200 right now. There's 200 people in here. I guarantee you there's about 50 people haven't liked it. Smash it. 1K gang. Let's go. 1K gang on a Friday? Oh, okay. Look at this, though. This is funny. Oh, if we get to 200, it'll fix Brad Wi-Fi. Not making any promises. Not making a single promise about my Wi-Fi. But this is hilarious to me. This is funny. Trent Taylor said, somebody give this man the jokes so I don't have to. And George Kittle chimed in, the mini me is still taller than you. I miss these two. Damn you, Kyle, for breaking up this duo. Damn you. Damn you. Oh, wow. We're getting all kinds of stuff, bro. So apparently, just make it bigger so you can see. Apparently Richie James is coming back. The return of Richie James. So this was posted from one of his trainers. Interesting. You guys remember Richie James? You remember Rich? One of the many wide receivers to enter the 49ers and leave. One of the many. He's an unrestricted free agent, from my understanding. Man, I had this. Oh man, I had high hopes. I will say this though. Again, I remember when the 49ers drafted him in the 7th round. They drafted him. I watched like a little quick highlight of him, and I was like, "Oh, he's gonna make the roster." It's like, "Oh, he's actually pretty talented." I was like, "He's probably gonna make the roster." I'll take that win. That was a win. Let me see here though. But that's funny, man. What are the chances? Ooh, I think this is a good one. I think this is a good one for the chat. We can all partake in this one together. I love questions that we can involve everyone in. So Tyler's asking, what are the chances we get Gilmore? So drop your percentage chance. You guys think that we get Gilmore? I'm gonna go ahead and say 12%. I'm gonna go ahead and say 12% chance 49ers get Gilmore. What do you guys think? So far, Luke says 10%. Oh, I like it. We got a complete opposite right away. Think it's 80%. Ooh, I like that. Hendrick says 20%. We got a little 50-50 action. Jerry's calling it that 1%er ain't gonna happen. 20% could happen. 15%, not very high. 10%. 15. Oh, we got a 7 in there from Thomas. Ender saying 10. Jaden's got a 22. Pocket's got 8. 27%. We know why you're here, Harris. Nice. Tyler says 40. Nice rationale. Nice rationale. Nice rationale. What? No way. There's no way I look like Trent Williams. There's no way I look like a white Trent Williams. 0%. That's a 0% chance. I do not look like the white version of Trent Williams. Have you seen Trent Williams? Have you seen that man? Oh, Bo says 70. Oh, we got a 0. Ellis says 25%. 10%. Niners don't spend big on cornerbacks. You can see a bad team with a lot of cap. Give him the bag. That's kind of what I see. Tell him, Jamal. I was like, what? Like, trust me, I know what Trent Williams looks like. I own the man's jersey. I know what he looks like. I don't look not even close. Not even in a fraction percent. Trent Graham. Not even close. Luke's Luke's basically saying there's no way it's over 10%. Follow the money, and they believe in Ambry and E-Man. You sign Verrett for 1.5. Bring in a Fuller, Reed, Callahan at the most. That would get it done. I agree. Well said, Luke. Well said. Very straight to the point. Well said. I'll take it, though. Because he's a GOAT. So Trent Williams is the freaking GOAT, man. Oh, yeah. We are at that part of the show. We are an hour 40 in, which means when we get past about hour 20, it's anything goes. Anything goes. As you can see, anything goes. Call me Ginger Will. Call me G Will, short for Ginger Williams from now on. the Ginger Williams. Yes, spitting image of Trent Williams right here. We look a lot alike. You know what? Since it's that part of the show and it's Friday and we're literally off the rails, we're gonna keep rolling off the rails. We're gonna do a comparison right now, and you're gonna vote on it because I just don't see it at all. I'm gonna make you do it. There's no way I'm the Ginger Williams. No way. No way. Especially as I'm even pulling up his picture. There's no way. All right, we're going to have to do it. You guys are going to have to give me your honest opinion. Don't hold back. Don't hold back. My feelings won't be hurt. My feelings won't be hurt. I mean, come on. There's no way. There's no way that we look even way. On a 0, 1 to 10 scale. 1 to 10 scale, 10 meaning look just like this man. And 0 being bad. Like, let me try to get our head the same size. Oh my gosh. The Wi-Fi said the Wi-Fi answered all of you. The Wi-Fi all of you. We're just the Wi-Fi said we're playing. Dude, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Am I back? Am I back? Bro, I did the Trent Williams comparison. I did the Trent Williams comparison, and my Wi-Fi said, "Nope, cut the stream, cut it, get it out of here. You're done." We tried to do the Trent Williams comparison. Wi-Fi said, "Nope, we're shutting it down. We are shutting you down." Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, dude. Wi-Fi wasn't having it. Wi-Fi wasn't having it. They said, "How dare you even pose this question? We're cutting the show. Screw you, kick rocks, get out of here." Oh my goodness. I'm having fun. Honestly, normally I'd be stressing. Normally I'd be stressing when the Wi-Fi go out, but I'm having a blast. I don't live at McDonald's. McDonald's is right next door. I literally got my Ethernet cables. I figured out where they keep their Wi-Fi. I'm plugged in. I got it direct over here to my house, but it's just not working. It's just not working. They keep finding it and unhooking me. Oh my goodness. Hey, hey man. Oh wait, no, it's this one. Hey man, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I appreciate you vibing with us. Uh I come with McDonald's Wi-Fi. It's just that's part of it. If you love me, if you love me, you gotta love my McDonald's Wi-Fi too. No, this is it though. Like I believe 100% this is it. I got 2 kids. I got one kid playing Fortnite on the Nintendo Switch. I got the other one playing Fortnite on the Xbox. I know they're pulling all my juice. I know they're pulling all my juice right now. I know they're pulling all my juice, messing up my stream. It's the kids' fault. Those darn gamers, bro. I can hear them screaming at each other. I can hear them yelling at each other about the dang Fortnite. Revive me! Revive me! Unbelievable. Damn. I had someone sent me a super chat. Someone sent me a super chat. I was trying to pull it up. Um, and it's gone. Like I said, my StreamYard just straight up kicked me out the stream. They said you're out of here. And I was trying to pull up. Someone sent me a super chat. It didn't go through. I apologize. I was trying to get to it. But my goodness, the Wi-Fi wasn't having it. Wi-Fi wasn't having it. Man. Yeah, it's gone. All right. Well, did we come up with a conclusion yet? Did we come up with a conclusion? I think my Wi-Fi cut out before we even could like it was Fear the Great. Re-ask the question. Where I think you're right. Re-ask the question. You don't got to super chat it. Just re-ask that question. I'll pull it up. I know it was a $10 super chat. I appreciate you, my boy. I apologize I missed it. Clearly having technical difficulties. Would have pulled it up. I was trying to pull it up, but my Wi-Fi had different plans. My Wi-Fi had different plans. Dude, I got it. I got the boost. I got it. Dude, I switched Wi-Fi providers. I went from AT&T to Xfinity. Then when I did that, it still didn't work. So I had to get the extender, the X Pod. I got the X Pod. The X Pod's right here, bro. I swear. It's the kids, I'm telling you. It's the kids. It's the kids. It's all their fault. It's all their fault. I appreciate you guys dealing with the I appreciate you dealing with my janky ass Wi-Fi. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna get it figured out. Okay, fine. I haven't told anyone. Jamal says, Brad, how are you not going to the combine with Jason and Jordan? I'm going to the combine. I bought my plane ticket last night. Bought my room. Because the kids be using all my damn Wi-Fi, and I'm like, you know what? You guys use my Wi-Fi all the time while I'm trying to do my stuff and do my work. I'm just gonna go to the combine. That's what's going to happen. So I will see you guys next week from Indianapolis. Let's go. It's official. I'll be out there scouting with my own eyeballs. Let's go. Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I can't wait. I cannot wait to watch those guys run around in underwear on that field. I cannot wait. So I think this is a recap of the question that was asked that I couldn't get to it. Fear the Great asked, I think for the Niners, it would be better to get the Honey Badger. He made that suspect Chiefs secondary look good. So I imagine him with the 49ers. I like the Honey Badger. If you wanted to come to the 49ers, I wouldn't mind that at all. He's older. Cost might be an issue. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right. We're officially off the rails to the fullest extent. But I appreciate you guys, man. You guys made that fun, even though it was a pain in the ass. I had fun, and I enjoy you guys roasting me and my Wi-Fi. It's actually hilarious. So I was going to originally do top combine prospects to watch and literally go through each position group, have the guys that I'm going to be watching and looking for. So we were going to do that today, but all this news dropped. So we kind of shifted back. I'm going to do the prospect thing on Monday, which still works because it'll be prospect week. So we'll do the prospect watch on Monday and mock draft on Monday. First mock draft 1.0 coming on up. So Monday, it's going to be next week is all draft. It's mock drafts, combine. We're going to be, and then we're, of course, boots on the ground. We'll be at Lucas Oil from, let's see, Thursday is quarterbacks, wide receivers, tight ends. Friday is running backs, offensive line, special teams. Saturday is defensive line and linebackers, and then Sunday is going to be defensive backs. So I'll be there for every day of that. So probably going to be going live in the stadium. I'll be posting a ton of clips to YouTube. So that's the vibe next week. What are we at likes? Before we head out of here, since we've got insanely choppy there. Does Coach have a Twitter? How do you follow back a guy who doesn't have a Twitter? I thought he didn't have a Twitter. Has he been holding out on us? 178? Ooh, can we get to 200? I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can. There is only 128 people in here. And I would have to imagine every single one of you has liked the video up until this point. I'm hunting it down. Coach, I'm coming after you. Bro. Dylan said about the top of my burners. All right. We're going to give it so we got 4 minutes. It's going to be a ticking time bomb. We'll see if we can hit it. But I don't know. We got less than 20 likes to hit our 200 goal, but we have less than 3.5 minutes. We had 250 until my Wi-Fi started acting up. Someone at McDonald's was trying to hook up the soft serve machine with the Wi-Fi, and I guess took some juice away from me. So we got a couple minutes. We'll see. We will see. Ooh, 189. 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes. I don't know. Can the squad do it? We'll find out. Let's see. We can do it. Again, hard stop at 2 hours. It's actually it's 1, 2, 3, 4 ABC. So eat that, Ellis. Eat that. Yeah, if you got a burner, get on the burner too. If you got a burner YouTube page, hop over. You got that burner? Oh, we're close. We're close. We're 3 away. 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. Drum roll. Less than 2 minutes. Do we do it? I see 200. Let's go. Squad goals. Let's go. Shout out all your burners. Shout out the squad who switched over to the burner. Hit that like real quick. Let's go. Sourdough squad. We're undefeated. Bro. Let's go. Shout out all the homies. He said my burner did it. Let's go. Shout out all the homies. We see you guys. That's why we the SDS. We're built different. We are built different. Let's go. Shout out the squad. Shout out all the homies. Let's go. Hey, we shouting out burners too. I don't care how the engagement comes. We get it. We move. Oh, there he is. He came in right at the end. Shout out the squad. I appreciate you guys, man. That was fun. Hey, it's good to see you. Today was nice, man. We had Luke in here. We had Coach. We had Sean. We had Niner by Nature. We had Ellis, dude. I could go down the list. With Dylan. Hey, Dylan, by the way, Dylan, I want to give you a quick shout out. I think you're if you like I think you've earned. I don't know. Let's let the chat decide because I think you've earned it. But has Dylan earned Mod Squad honors? Has Dylan earned the Mod Squad honors? I think he has. I think he has. But we're a group. We do this together. We make decisions together. We make the firest trades together. Again, remember that trade coach Justin Jamal that the chat came up with? I mean, that was pretty good. I think so. I think so. Can I even do it? No, I can't do it here. Let me see. I'll be let me hold on one second. Hold on one second. YouTube.com. Let me do this real quick. We're gonna hop in. Ooh, I can like my own video. How did I gotta make sure I like my own video? Duh. Oh, what a Friday live this was. What a Friday live this was. And Dylan, you're officially a moderator. I appreciate you, Dylan. I appreciate everyone in the SDS. Again, me and my Wi-Fi issues could be catastrophic, but you guys make it work. I appreciate the roastage. Congratulations, Dylan. You earned it, my boy. The coach says now that we lost Scangarello, we should get John Beck next. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go. And if you guys don't know who John Beck is actually the quarterback coach that Kyle sent Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Mac Jones, all the guys that he was working out pre-draft, sent him to John Beck. Went through John Beck's training because he trusts John Beck the most. John Beck was a quarterback for Kyle when he was with Washington. Extensive relationship. Oh yeah, Jaden. Hey, I seen you. Keep grinding, my boy. Hey, Mod Squad. J Tran, keep grinding. Keep grinding one day. Let's go. What's up, Juju? But yeah, I like John Beck. That makes lots of sense. 100%. So I agree with that. Yes, I do. Please send that my way. Clearly, I have lots of issues on my end, but we'll see. But yes, I do like the idea of James, you're tripping. I just missed you. I just missed James. He got upset, but I did recognize I just missed him. Come on, man. All love for James. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. I love it. Pretty soon, we're going to have gladiator style competitions to get into the mod squad. So you guys got it easy. Eventually, we're going to have gladiator style competitions to get into the mod squad. 100%. Jamal says Shane Day, John Beck, Jordan Palmer are guys I'd be interested in as quarterback coach. Dark horse, Alex Smith. Ooh, I like that. I actually like that a lot. Oh, this is a good question. How do you get in the mod squad? So mod squads, you got to be a protector of vibes. obviously we'll have trolls in here. One of the main things is like there's like these weird bot accounts. If a bot account hops in, you block it right away. Sometimes I'll be geeking out, not paying attention. You see one of these weird bots come in, insta block. We had racist bots come in here one day. That was crazy. But a big part of it's blocking bots. Also too, if people and again, it's vibe protectors, the protector of the vibe of the chat. We take a lot of pride in the chat. We take a lot of pride in our community, the SDS. So keeping the energy levels high. Again, people are going to come in and disagree with us. We don't have any problems with that. But when you're being a straight troll, that's when the mod squad jumps in. But other than that, mod squad, the vibes are immaculate because of the mod squad. 100%. Dean says they would have to hire Beck after he trains Trey this offseason so we don't get hit with collusion. Well, I guess, yeah. What is it considered collusion in that situation? Yeah, the trade Kittle people insta block. I think you hire Beck for the reason if you trust him to develop your young quarterback with the mechanics, then you can trust him to be your quarterback coach, right? If you trust him to train him in the offseason, you can also trust him to be your I wonder if that's kind of what you're talking about potentially, because maybe there is a loophole there where like because there's rules around availability, right? Like there's rules around like coaching and like how much time you can actually spend in the off season. Maybe there's a little bit of a dynamic at play where Kyle does want to hire John Beck to be the quarterback coach. However, he recognizes if he hires Beck now, Beck technically can't train Trey this offseason. I don't know if that's true, if that's an actual thing. I just know that there's weird coaching like parameters. Like you can't coach these guys, you can't meet with them. Like I think there's like just some weird things. So that would be interesting though. Like, oh, we're gonna let Trey go with this guy all year, and then we're just gonna hire him at the end of the year. That would be fire. That would be fire. Jamal says, big love and respect to Brad and all that he has built with his brand as a new content creator. I have a lot of respect for it. Keep grinding, Brad. You're destined for greater things. Jamal, my boy. And make sure you tap in with Jamal, man. I got to watch one of Jamal's lives. Dude knows what he's talking about. You can see it in the chat. He knows what he's talking about. Subscribe to the boys channel. Again, keep the vibes up and support the squad. Get Jamal a follow on Twitter, on YouTube, on it all. I appreciate the kind words, my man. I really do. I really, really do. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about the 49ers and post memes about the 49ers. And if I can do that for a living, then that's fantastic. So shout out Jamal though. He's a real one. Beck is the move. If not, Pep Hamilton. Ooh, I like Pep. Was Pep? Oh. Breaking news from Adam Schefter, guys. Breaking news. You're not going to believe it. Rams head coach Sean McVay is not pursuing television opportunities and committed to defending their Super Bowl. Just kidding. It's not big news. But they did have to come out and say it wasn't going to happen. So doesn't appear Sean McVay is retiring. Doesn't appear Aaron Donald is retiring. Okay. Whatever. Not a big deal. Didn't we have Pep? Am I tripping? I know Pep Hamilton, came from Stanford. There's a lot of Stanford ties. I've always respected Pep Hamilton and what he's been able to bring up. But was he with Harbaugh? Did we have him? Wasn't he like a quarterback coach with Harbaugh or something? I swear we had Pep Hamilton in the building at one point. That's gonna bother me. Did we? Pep Hamilton, 49ers. I swear we had him on the staff. Maybe I just wanted him on the staff and we never did. Oh, he was, yeah. 2006 quarterbacks coach. Pep Hamilton in 2006 was the San Francisco 49ers quarterback coach. So 2006, I thought it was like in more recent memory. I thought it was in like 2016, but no. So Pep has worked with the 49ers. He's got a relationship. Clearly, he was the 49ers quarterback coach in 2006. He's got a great resume. I've always respected Pep. And as of course, he was recently offensive coordinator of the Houston Texans. So I'd have no problems with Pep Hamilton coming in. Not a problem in the world. Him, Pep Hamilton, or John Beck, I think would be two great candidates. I do like the Alex Smith, like sneaky Alex Smith pick. I would be nice to see Alex over here, especially with the insight that he could bring of being a high draft pick, being considered a bust by the San Francisco 49ers fan base, what that entails. Again, he's been through the whole Kaepernick situation. He'd have very unique perspective that would be great. Quincy Avery. I don't know. I don't see Quincy Avery like stopping his like private training. I feel like he's built up such a solid core of like athletes that work out with him. Again, he's training Deshaun Watson, Malik Willis, Justin Fields. He trained with Trey Lance. He's got a lot of athletes that he works with all the time. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he'd want that. I don't know. Interesting. I wouldn't be opposed to it. Tom House. Tom House is a legend. I don't know. He seems like it's kind of past the point of his career. I don't know. I know he's older. He's an older guy. He's been doing it for a long time. Lots of success with baseball training and football training. Again, he's one of the main guys. Yeah, I think this is exactly it. Quincy Avery's got a sick setup. Again, think about it. He's, he does work year round, but he's heavy in pre-draft. Then once the draft's over, he gets the guys back, and then they train leading up to the season, and then he kind of gets a season off and just gets to vibe out. I think he's got a nice setup. I agree with Coach. I think he's got a nice setup. Bring in Pep and Alex together. That would be sick. But yeah, imagine Alex Smith back as quarterback coach all these years later. That would be a cool storyline. content would be through the roof. As a content creator, we would appreciate that. But I imagine the 49ers are going to have to make some moves soon. So all I see are people leaving. I'm not seeing a ton of people who are joining the staff. So still lots of moves to be made. I wonder if the combine brings any clarity to that. We'll see. We'll see. But let's see. What do we hit our like goal? We made it through the terrible Wi-Fi. And it's Friday. And the combine's next week. Hell yeah. Jimmy Garoppolo, man, it is going up today. What is going on? I don't even care that it's a freaking ad. You got Kittle posting on it. He doesn't even. Oh, looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Literally, Jimmy Garoppolo does not post. It doesn't happen. We got Jimmy Garoppolo posts. We got coaches leaving. We have GMs staying. We have potentially veteran cornerbacks coming to the 49ers. We have man, lots of stuff. Good day. Fun day. That was fun. I had fun. I appreciate you guys vibing with me through the terrible Wi-Fi. Almost 2.5 hours now. But I appreciate you guys. Oh, let's go. Breaking news per the SF Niners. How I oh did you got am I back? I saw I cut for a second. Am I back? Okay. It's not breaking news, but breaking news, Wi-Fi goes out. All right, perfect timing for the doll. Hey, it wouldn't be this show if I didn't say breaking news. So if you guys remember, I was telling you guys how I DM with Richard Sherman all the time. I ask him questions if something's going on or if I see something like I knew 49ers weren't, that whole situation when Sherman could be coming back to the 49ers. Like I knew there was no interest. I knew the 49ers had conversations and they weren't going to progress. And so I knew for a while he wasn't coming back, even though it was still being reported he could. So I asked him today, I said, any chance you think DJ Reed would have any interest in returning to the 49ers? And what did he say? He said, for the right price. Boom. Can you see it? I'll try not to show my other DMs. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's not working. Anyways, he said for the right price. So just saying, again, I'm big on DJ Reed. I like the DJ Reed situation. Again, didn't know if he would be open to coming back. But Richard Sherman is saying for the right price, DJ Reed will come back. So, just saying. Just saying. You heard it on the SF Niners first. Let's go. Let's go. I'd love to get DJ Reed over here, man. I would love to see that. So, hey, there you go. Shout out the Wi-Fi. Shout out the Wi-Fi for cutting out right when we were about to announce that. But hey, so we'll see. We will see what happens. This is basically the recap of the show. Got something good to say, Wi-Fi dumps. Got something good to say, Wi-Fi dumps. So hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Coach says, so you do check your DMs. I do check them sometimes. Especially when I asked Richard Sherman if he freaking love it. Let's go. Wait, what's this? I swear. I it has to be. Like it's the only thing. It's the only thing that makes sense. It's the only thing that makes sense. It's the Fortnite. It's official. It's official. It's Fortnite. That's it. All right, guys. I think the Wi-Fi is trying to tell me to get off the stream. I think that's what's happening. The Wi-Fi is like, you have used your allowance for the day. Get off. Okay, I think that's what's going to happen. What a show, guys. What a show. Definitely wasn't the smoothest show, but I'm not going to lie, I had a lot of fun. I refuse to hardwire. I refuse. My Wi-Fi should work. But my goodness, I had fun today. It was yeah, we went for a while. But we had some fun stuff to talk about. We had plenty of fun jokes at my kids' expense and my Wi-Fi's expense. So I had a lot of fun today. And Brad changes the title. Oh God. Yeah, that's part of it. I can't do that. So it's all good. We're gonna get it figured out. We're gonna get to the bottom of it, And again, shout out the real ones who grind through the terrible Wi-Fi. We appreciate you. You guys are the real MVPs. You guys are the real MVPs grinding through the terrible Wi-Fi. Oh my God. I got compared to Trent Williams today. Clowned my Wi-Fi, clowned my kids in their Fortnite. I'm up for that any time of the week. It was a good episode. I had fun. That was a good time. So again, I'll see you guys on Monday. Monday is going to be heavy draft day, mock draft, scouting combine preview. I travel on Wednesday. All Wednesday, I'll be traveling next week. So probably no live on Wednesday. We'll see, depending on what time I get in. So Monday, Tuesday next week are going to be heavy draft combine days. Also to grab your cookies, grab your medals on the way out. If you sat through this entire thing, through all the Wi-Fi issues, through it all, grab your cookie on the way out. You guys deserve it. Really appreciate you guys. Oh, perfect. You have come to the right place, my friend, in a great way that we can end it here. It's looking for the residency hat. So I got you right here, my boy. Go to residency.com. Use the promo code the SF Niners. This is where you get the hat, you get beanies, you get all kinds of stuff. Use the promo code, get you a little discount. Got to do another hat giveaway here pretty soon because the last one was fire. But Daryl, make sure you go. I took it away. It was here. Residency.com. Residency makes the hats. Promo code gets you a little bit of a discount. Again, that's where you find the hat. Shout out Luke. Appreciate the little super sticker, my boy. And again, shout out all you guys. Make sure you get your cookies on the way out. Oh, tap in with that. Oh, we're gonna have to do a show. 100%. So I like low key. I've just been vibing. I'm chilling, doing stuff by myself. I'm absolutely trending towards now the kind of guest portion of the off season, getting more guests in here. We're gonna have Jamal on here. Also, I got to do the call-in show. I know Coach has been championing. I can't even speak. He wants the call-in show. He's wanted the call-in show. He's still number one on the list of the call-in show if he wants it. But I do got to do the call-in show for sure. But definitely check out Jamal, man. He's going to be an up-and-comer. I told you, Coach. You're number one on the list. I just got to get set up. After the combine, we are transitioning. Call-in shows are coming. And he's number one. He says, bro, you got me doing call-in with Grant Conyer. I'm a regular. I'm sure you dropping hot fire over there all the time. I don't want to take you away from Grant. But like I said, you're still number one on the list, Coach. You're still number one on the list. But that's coming. I was about no. Kittle's IG story. Hold on. Man, every time I try to get off, I get pulled back. Hold on. I don't see anything. Did I get trolled again? Yeah, call-in show's about to be crazy, and it's gonna happen. Trust me, it's gonna happen. We're gonna fix the Wi-Fi. We're gonna do a call-in show. We're gonna get more guests. We're gonna get players. We're gonna get former players. We're gonna do it all. I'm slowly transitioning towards that part of the offseason. I'm not gonna lie, I've been very fine, just kind of decompressing from this year by myself. But I'm definitely transitioning towards bringing more people on, call-in shows, stuff like that. That's funny. Everybody just gonna come in and clown my Wi-Fi. They're just gonna call in just to clown my Wi-Fi. I know what's coming. I know it's coming. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. But that's the vibe. I'll see you guys again Monday. You have a great, great weekend. Great rest of your night. Don't get too crazy. Be responsible, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, because I want to see you back here on Monday. Monday, big topic, number one topic for Monday show, Wi-Fi. Just kidding. Draft Monday, combine. We're gonna do it all. It happens every time. You guys suck me back in every time, but I'm out of here. It's 2.5 hours. I got to get off of here. But I love you all. Again, Sourdough Squad is undefeated. I appreciate all the homies. Now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go walk into my door there, and I'm gonna order a McDouble right now. Right now. McDouble and a McChicken and a McGriddle. All of it. And then I'm going to get some McWi-Fi here pretty soon. Hopefully. We'll see. I don't know. Probably not. McWi-Fi probably ain't coming anytime soon. So it is what it is. I think that's kind of my current problem is I'm running off the McWi-Fi right now. So anyways, I need to stop talking because I'll talk forever. I'm going to go play Fortnite with my kids. You guys have a good one.